stress, pressure, expectation, and finding out what you're made of. All of those things come into play when you have a top 5 showdown at this point in the season. We've arrived along Orange Blossom Trail at Camping World Stadium here in beautiful Orlando, Florida. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Clemson Tigers, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Tigers will get this season underway as toe meets leather. And he'll just... And this drive will start at the 25. They go to the ground. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Let's take just a moment here and talk a little about Texas. What does the top 5 ranking mean for week 1? Optimism, hope, maybe, David, an excuse for the other team's fans to rush the field if they knock you off?
Well, it means, first of all, absolutely nothing, because preseason rankings don't show up.
He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Longhorns will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. A fair catch is called for. It'll give them great field position. Back to throw, it's Peters. Got his man quickly. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a 1st down.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. One thing you can figure out from these tests early in the season, particularly in a top 5 matchup like this, is where you are and just how far you have to go.
Yeah, and which is a talking point amongst your team. It's a prove-it game. Like, let's see where we stack up so we can start building throughout the rest of the season.
Right, David. It's fun to find out this early in the year between 2 top 5 teams. Just who are these guys? What do they do well? What do they not do well? How mentally and physically tough are they? Because that's going to answer a lot of questions as the season goes on.
Right on target this time. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. They're on the board first here in the season opener. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
He'll bring it out. It's Benedict. He took the risk bringing it out of the end zone, and he'll go out of bounds at the 20. Here comes the Texas offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Guys, when you really take a look at Texas, the portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They've got the screen set up. Hard running there. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. Back to throw, it's Pryor. Unloads to the wideout. That 3rd down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
You got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
The Longhorns will come to the line to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
He lets it fly. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got room on the return. The 40. At the 20. He's at the 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Tigers.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go. And this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in the game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. Creates a little room. Off to the races to the right. The 30. The 10. Touchdown Longhorn. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Breeze. He's got the speed, he's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Cal took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for the trip back to Berkeley. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Got the first down. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
And that's a missed opportunity. I mean, he had him open. He could have thrown that football maybe with just a little bit more touch. He had plenty of mustard on it. You could see he threw a bullet. But sometimes when those guys are wide open, you see quarterbacks they try to aim it a little bit too much, and it'll come up short.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Being started out great on this drive, but then a couple of incompletions, and now it's 3rd and 10. Makes the grab, Itacho. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there. Clemson is quick to the line.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Looking for room. It's Wade. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. On 4th down, looking to pass. Under fire. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force a turnover on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Going downfield for the big play. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down, forcing the incompletion.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
To the air, it's Peters. Trying to set up the screen, and they'll make the and we are headed to the end of the first period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Off the RPO, complete. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, the offense is penalized. A third down try for the offense. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Keeps it on the bootleg. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
It'll be third and long. Looking downfield, it's Pryor. Makes the grab on the left. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line and brings up fourth down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Tight end finds a soft spot. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's fourth and short, fourth and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly. But fourth and long, that's a situation I think you got to punt and just let the game play out. Trust your defense a little bit more.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Got his man. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Using the quick game. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. They'll go to the air. And they fail to hook up on third down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. The ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Quickly complete. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Trying to run it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something in.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And that Clemson defensive front getting their paws on dudes and making their presence felt.
And, Reese, that's how they built their dynasty. I mean, I know the offense was flash and sizzle and was really good, but, man, it's the Dexter Lawrence and the Christian Wilkins in the defensive front. Those big boys that could get after the quarterback, that played relentless, those guys really set the tone and set the foundation for Clemson and big-time success.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And the Longhorns moving quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's Pryor.
Don't you love energetic defense?
Turning it on! And he's brought down after a nice gain. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it first and 10 at the 50.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. And the Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Got his man on the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Tight end getting vertical. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Longhorns come to the fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Gets it out quickly. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! A great catch and run for 6.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking to pass. It's Peters. Got his man downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. These corners going to give them some space. Looking downfield on first down. Gets it out fast.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. From the gun, the ground game. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Clemson jumps to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. All the numbers and stats will show you going for it on fourth down in this area of the field really puts pressure on a defense. Trying to do it on the ground. There he goes. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wants to change this route. To the air, it's Pryor. Makes the grab. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Longhorns can really attack on this second and short. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Finds his big tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. To the air on first down. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Well, we knew coming into this one, the tight end was a big part of this offense, and you've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. Defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
Complete on the comeback. He'll be stopped just outside the 20 at the 21 in the waning moments here in the first half. Looking to throw on first down. A strike downfield. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Snaps it in the shotgun. Touchdown, Longhorn! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the air, it's Peters. Working that left side now. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to go up top. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's not afraid to go deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Still on his feet. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Longhorns will kick it away to start the second half. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tiger.
We just went to half, and we drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone, taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Old Dominion rose to the occasion when it needed to, and they'll be celebrating a solid victory there in Ballard Stadium. Week by week, you can feel the momentum building within that program. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Quick completion on the out route. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. And the Longhorns racing to the line in a hurry up. Looking for a man. It's Pryor. He uncorks one deep. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready. They were disciplined and made a good play on the football.
And And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. And he throws another interception, his start of the night. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
How do you not get excited and out of your seat when you see the big boys making the little boys play? Listen, I know you DBs can do all that running around stuff and catch the football. I can too. I just do it in a sexier, bigger body. Yes, please.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Man, nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
On third down, he drops to throw. Looking for the end zone. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. His quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Makes a connection. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman-caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced...
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening. Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. Tight end now in motion. To the air, it's Pryor. Keeps looking downfield. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Throws to the tight end. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Looking for more room. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Flips it out in the flat. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quarterback now breaking the field. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
Hand off from the gun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
The pull and throw off the RPO. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Yeah, it's tough for the defense. The tight end's just so big and physical, and it's hard to drag him down. He only needed a few yards to get that first down. Defense will have to do a better job next time.
42, Spider. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's got him in the flat.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Looking downfield, it's Peters. Fires to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
First and goal, Clemson.
We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead, and they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. 1 more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Let's go! They'll try to pound their way in. Touchdown, Clemson! And the beatdown has ensued.
The second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game 1 going exactly how they scripted.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rankings when going over the top. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. He's up to 107 yards rushing, and he goes over the century mark in this season opener. Back to throw, it's Pryor. He spins that thing down the middle. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Finally brought down. What a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Acho. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Clemson is quick to the line.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long.
He's going to let it go. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Power football with the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Peters. A little release to the back. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Well, quarterback had nowhere to go with it deep down on the field, so he found his back, just hoping he could maybe make something happen with it, but the defense rallied, made a nice tackle, setting up 4th down.
On the move. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Yeah, at this point of the drive, 4th down and inches in your opponent's territory, you're trying to get into field goal range. You're just going to run the football. You're going to try to be more physical at the line of scrimmage. They were right there.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Acho. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Rutgers proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Scarlet Knights team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Direct snap. Got the first down and more. They'll mark him out of bounds short of the 40 at the 37-yard line, but a big-time pickup on the ground. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Back has it. Running into the open space. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Looking to throw, it's Pryor. Lofts one deep down the right side. Grabs it inside the 10. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
And he's going to bring this one out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they want in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. And the Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. They're working that left side. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Trying to keep the drive alive. Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Tigers will hustle to the line. Wants to throw. It's Peters. Now he's going to break the pocket. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
On the option. He'll toss it. Nice move there. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on third down. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. Got enough for the first down. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on third and long. Short throw to the sideline, complete, and he'll pick up the first down.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And under critical third down here in the fourth quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
A shot toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
I spent time with a lot of coaches when you've got a huge lead in the fourth quarter and they say run the football and run the clock out. And I've seen a lot of other coaches that say, listen, they get paid to stop us. It's their job to try to stop us. And apparently, they live in the second world as this coach.
Makes one-man miss. He's inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.